Hello guys, good evening everyone. So how are you guys? எப்படி இருக்கீங்க எல்லாரும்? Yes. Hello everyone. So யாரெல்லாம் லைவ் பண்ணிட்டீங்களோ டக்குன்னு ஒரு ஹாய் ஒரு ஹலோ சொல்லுங்க. So that let's start. So இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பாலினாமியல்ஸ் சாப்டர்ல இருக்க எல்லாத்தையுமே குயிக்கா and ஃபாஸ்டா சீக்கிரமா தெரிஞ்சு படிச்சுக்கலாம். ஓகேவா? எஸ். ஸோ யாரெல்லாம் லைவ் பண்ணிட்டீங்க ஒரு ஹாய் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். எஸ். ஓகே. So let's wait for students to join. ஒரு 2 minutes மட்டும் wait பண்ணிட்டு let's start with chapter 2 polynomialsல இருக்கிற yes இன்னைக்கு one shot revision இல்லையா? So polynomialsனா என்ன? நமக்கு தான் already division algorithm for polynomials மட்டும்தான். It is the toughest part. Yes, here. Yes, no? So அப்ப இந்த பார்ட்டே உங்களுக்கு delete பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So your things here in polynomials you are going to see only this graphical representation of polynomials. Sure, Gokul Sundar. When it comes to that chapter, I'll surely do it. Okay, va? Yes, so then we are going to start with zeros of polynomials and types of polynomials, and then what? A relationship between the coefficients of the polynomial, and then what? Zeros of polynomials. These are the basic things you are going to see in the chapter 2. Yes, PYQs la enna ketirukanga inga ellame namba discuss panni mudichidalam. Okay, va? Yes. So hi Gokul Sundar, others யார்ல லைவ் பண்ணிட்டீங்களோ டக்குன்னு ஒரு ஹாய் சொல்லுங்க பார்க்கலாம். Yes. So okay, so chapter 2 polynomials, right? So in this chapter what are the main things we are going to see is the first thing is types of polynomials. We are going to start with the types of polynomials. So after types of polynomials, we are going to geometrical meaning of polynomials, which is nothing but how it will be in the graph. So polynomials, each and every type, right? So linear polynomial, quadratic, cubic, like that, each and every type of polynomial will be representing in the graph. Okay, so after that part, what will be, and we'll be finding the zeros from the graph itself. Okay, so the next part is zeros of a polynomial. Okay, so the third important thing and the important concept of this chapter is zeros of polynomials, and finally it is the most important topic currently. So before this we used to have the division algorithm. Yes, so ipa adha delete pannitanaala, so the important topic in this chapter is going to be relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of polynomials. Okay, yes guys, shall we start? Yes, shall we start? Okay, yes. So what is basically a polynomials are? Polynomials oda general form eppadi irukka podhu? Yes, so see here, p of x, a polynomial will be of the form a n x power n plus a n minus 1 x power n minus 1. It goes on up to a naught. So this is what the general form of polynomials is. Okay, so here what is this a n minus 1 till a naught varaiku irukra? These values are called as what? So do you guys know what is meant by these? So idella enna solunga paakalam. So which is, I'm asking this, a n minus 1, it goes on up to a naught, right? What are these called as? Idikalla per enna? These are called as coefficients of the variables. These are what? These are coefficients, and where from there these coefficients are taken? In the coefficients are going to be the real numbers. Okay, so inga parunga, so x power x power n plus a n minus 1 x power n minus 1 till x no a naught varaiku poitu irukku illaya. This is the general form, and main இங்க நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்க வேண்டியது என்ன அப்படின்னா, so here when you substitute n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, you will be getting the types of polynomial. Okay, so இதுல I told you, right? So இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு polynomial இருக்கு அப்படின்னா, இந்த first term இருக்கு பாத்தீங்களா, this is called as the leading term. Okay, இந்த a n x power n is called as what? It is called as the leading term. Okay, leading term, and here this a n would be the leading coefficient. Okay, leading coefficient. So you need to know these kind of things. So these are the namings, and each and every that is each and every expression, right? And the over expression ku name enna pathina, it is terms and solvom, and the terms la the first term is right, it is called as the leading term, and adula irukka and the an abindra first coefficient we'll be calling it as what? Leading coefficient. Okay, so now let's move on to the actual types of polynomials. Types of polynomials actually depends upon in the end value. We know the general format, right? In the general format, if you substitute n is equal to 1, then it is going to be p of x. This will be of the form ax plus b. This is called as what? If this is going to be this, so idoda values enava irukapodhu, that is power oda value, if it is 1, see here it is going to be ax power 1, then it is b is equal to x naught, sorry, b into x power 0. So this is nothing but b into 1, which is b. So ax plus b in the madri that is power 1 la irukra polynomials kana name enna appdinu pathina, this is nothing but that is linear polynomial. Okay, so this is called as what? Linear polynomial. Okay, if I substitute n is equal to 2 in it, what will I get? So let that be p of x is equal to a n x power what? 2 plus a n minus 1 x power 2 minus 1 is 1 plus a naught, yes, x power 0. Yes, so this is going to be the polynomial when you substitute n is equal to 2, right? So this kind of polynomials is called as what? This is nothing but quadratic polynomial. Okay, so if the highest power is 2, then that is called as quadratic polynomial. Okay, so then see here p of x, when we substitute the n is equal to cube, that is a n minus 1 into x square plus a n minus 2 into x plus a naught. Okay, this is going to be what? This is called as cubic polynomial. Okay, so similarly if, okay, so in the edathilella there is in each and every polynomial there is a difference. What's the difference here? Here the highest power is 1, here the highest power of x is 2, and here the highest power of x is 3, right? These kind of highest powers are called as degree of the polynomial. These are called as what? Degree of the polynomial. Okay, what's the degree of the polynomial? This is nothing but highest power of the polynomial, highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Okay, yes. Okay, so here the variable is what? X என்றது தான் here the variable. So in the variable kana degree, so here the degree is 1, the degree is 2 here, and the degree is 3 here. So now you can conclude that if the if the polynomial has the degree 1, then it is called as linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial, given polynomial is 2, then it is called as quadratic polynomial. And if the degree is 3, then it is called as cubic polynomial. And what about 4 and 5 are? This is quartic polynomial. And this will be quintic polynomial. Okay? Yes, these are also needed to know. If they ask also, you should know, right? Quintic polynomial. Okay, so yes, so these are the main things you have to know about the types of polynomials. Actually, the types of polynomials have been divided or have been classified according to the degree. Yes, on the basis of degree. And yes, you have to know if the degree is 1, linear, if it is 2, then quadratic, 3, then cubic, 4 means quartic, and 5 means quintic. Okay, and hope you guys know what is the degree. Yes, hi Poki Master, you are the last batch, 12th last batch, correct? Yes, no? Okay, so இதுல general form of each and every type of polynomial எப்படி இருக்குன்னு பார்க்கலாம். So இங்க பாருங்க, so if it is linear polynomial இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா, then its general formula, what we are going to see now is general form. Okay, general form எப்படி இருக்கும்? This is going to be ax plus b, and here they'll give you a condition that a should not be equal to 0 nu kudupanga. Okay, yes. Poki Master, this is live. How come this could be a pre-recorded? Pre-recorded anda unga name soluvena. Yes, so a is not equal to 0 அப்படினு இருக்கு அப்படினா then what is this? So a வந்து suppose 0 வா இருந்துச்சுனா what will happen? So then it will be simply b. அப்ப வெறும் b மட்டும் இருந்தா அந்த type of polynomial பத்தி நீங்க பேசவே இல்லையே அப்படின்ற doubt உங்களுக்கு வருதா? Yes, so this is the another kind you have to know is zero polynomial. The important thing you have to know is zero polynomial. Okay, so what's zero polynomial actually? So zero polynomial is nothing but if the degree of the polynomial is 0, if degree of the polynomial is 0, then it is called as what? Zero polynomial. Okay, so that is simply x power 0. So if it is x power 0, then the value of x power 0 is what? It is 1, right? So this is going to be 1. So similarly, if it is 2, then these kind of constants or real numbers, every real number comes under which place? It comes under zero polynomial. Okay, because this can be expressed as, if they give you as minus 36, this can be expressed as minus 36 into x power 0, which is again what? This is again a zero polynomial. Why? Because its degree is what? 0. Yes. Thank you, Poki Master. Thank you. Yes, so this is going to be minus 36. Okay, இங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு என்ன தெரிய வேணும்? Sorry, தெரியணும். So this is zero polynomial. Okay, so zero polynomial, every real number comes under where? It comes under zero polynomials da. Okay, so now let's go to the general form. General formula next type is quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial oda general form என்னவா இருக்க போகுது? This is going to be ax square plus bx plus c. Yes, so here, okay, Poki Master, not bad, super. Okay, so here ax square, hi Akshay Raj, hi. So ax square plus bx plus c is called as a quadratic polynomial. Why so? Because here the degree of the polynomial is what? 2. Okay, here also the same condition exists that a should not be equal to 0. Why I'm giving this a is not equal to 0? It's not just a is not equal to 0. It's actually the meaning is that leading coefficient should not be equal to 0. Okay, va? Yes, if that leading coefficient is equal to 0, what will happen? See, if it is a is equal to 0, what will happen? Yes, inga a 0 aidichna, then the first term cancels and you'll be getting what? A linear polynomial, right? So, but if you need a quadratic polynomial, then the leading coefficient should not be equal to 0. Okay, so now let's go on to the next type, which is cubic polynomial. Okay, for a cubic polynomial, so here the general form would be ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, and here also a should not be equal to 0. Okay, so now so far we have learnt what is the polynomial, what its general terms. Okay, so then what are the types and the types based on the degree, and first we have learnt what is the degree of the polynomial and the general form of the types of polynomials, and then we came to another type of polynomial, which is zero polynomial. Okay, are you guys clear up to this? So these are the basic things you have to know about polynomials. Okay, if you are thorough with this, then there is no this is the actual basic thing. Okay, so I have made a video out of this about polynomial, difference between polynomials and then algebraic expression and what? Polynomials, algebraic expression and equation. It will be useful for you. In the video section it is So just go and watch it. And I have also made a shorts on zero polynomial versus zero of the polynomial. You can understand the concepts easily over there. So just go and watch this shorts and this video. Okay. Okay, this will be useful for you for this. Okay, so now let's move on to the next thing. So the important start of this chapter, the first concept of this chapter is what? It is geometrical representation of polynomials. Okay, in this, what we are going to do is that we are now going to express each and every polynomial in a graph. Okay, so let's see. We have seen so far many types of polynomials, right? Let's see how will it be. Okay, so here when I take here y is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, let me take a simple one, x plus 1. Now tell me which is the, okay, let me take, this is not fy, this is going to be f of x. F of x is equal to x plus 1. This is a polynomial, right? Yes. Just tell me this polynomial is either a linear polynomial or quadratic polynomial or cubic polynomial. இது என்ன polynomial இருக்க போகுது? Yes, is it a linear or quadratic or cubic one? Yes, this is what? This is a linear polynomial. Why? Because the degree of this polynomial is what? It is 1, right? So this is a linear polynomial. Now let's see what is the graph for this linear polynomial. Okay. So first what we have to do for, let's assume the x values to be minus 1, 0 and 1. So the corresponding f of x values is going to be what? When you substitute minus 1 over here in the f of x, then it is going to be 0. If you substitute 0, then it's going to be 1. And if you substitute 1, it is going to be 2, right? So this is the, likewise, you'll be forming a tabular column. So after forming a tabular column, what you'll be doing is just plot it in the graph. So here, this is x-axis, x dash. Here it is y and y dash. So what you are going to do, this is 0, 1, 2. Here it is minus 1 and minus 2. Here it is 1 and 2. Here it is minus 1 and minus 2. So now let's plot the points. Minus 1, 0 is this. Then 0, 1 is this. 1, 2 is going to be this. So now what we are going to do? We are just going to join these points. So we'll be getting what? A straight line. You can ask me, this is not looking like a straight line. Yes. So yes, this is a straight line for a linear polynomial. Yes. Oh, super Pokémaster. Are you ready to study again? So if you are choosing engineering, then you will study it there. Yes. So in the madri or a linear polynomial irukku appadina, what's the graph of a linear polynomial now? So this is going to be a straight line. Yes. This is going to be what? A straight line. So the graph of linear polynomial is going to be a straight line. So ide madri, so degree 2 equation. So degree 2 equation is f of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. This is a quadratic polynomial, right? This is a quadratic polynomial. So if you do the same thing, what you are going to do? Let's take x value, then you'll find x square value. So you have to generally form a table out of this, right? So you have to take x value, find 2x out of it, find the x square out of it, then find lastly f of x, which is 2x square plus 2x plus 1, right? So with this, you can actually frame minus 1, 0, 1. Let's take this, okay? So if it is minus 1, this is going to be minus 2, this is going to be 1. If it is 0, 0, 0, here it is going to be 2 and here is going to be 1. Then on adding, you will be getting what? Minus 2 plus 1. Plus 1 is going to be 0. Then here it is 0 plus 1 is going to be 1. Here it is 2 plus 1 again. This is going to be 4, okay? So the points that need to be plotted are, what are the points to be plotted? This is going to be minus 1, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 4. Let's plot these points, okay? So when you plot these points, what you'll be getting? So you'll be getting a parabola out of it. So see here, this is minus 1, here it is going to be minus 2, 0, 1 and 2, here it is 1, 2, here it is 1, minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so then it is going to be 4 here. Let me assume this to be 2 and 4. Okay, so see here, the first thing what you're going to do is minus 1 comma 0 is here, 0 comma 1. Yes, 0 comma 1 is going to be somewhere here, and then 1 comma 4. 1 comma 4 is here. So when you extend the same thing, if it is 2 means, so here it is going to be 4, here is also going to be 4, here it is 9. So then it is 2 comma 9, right? 2 comma 9. 2 comma 9 it will be here somewhere. If we take minus 2 here, minus 2 will be minus 4, here it will be 4 and here the value would be 1. So minus 2 comma 1, minus 2 comma 1 will be here, minus 2 comma 1 will be here. Okay, so see, if we take minus 3 value here, minus 3 value means it is going to be minus 6, here it is 9. So on adding minus 6 plus 9, so here you'll be getting 4 values. So this is minus 3 comma 4. So this is will be minus 3 comma 4 will be here. Okay, now if you join all these points, what are you getting? See, you are getting a parabola out of this. Okay, so you have to know that a quadratic polynomial will lead to a parabola. Okay, so a linear thing, a linear polynomial or linear equation will lead to a straight line, and a quadratic polynomial will lead to a polynomial. Okay, so now tell me, this parabola is touching the x-axis at exactly 1 point, right? So then this quadratic polynomial will have one root. So இத வச்சே நம்மளால roots கூட find பண்ண முடியும். ஓகேவா? So are you guys clear with the what? Are you guys clear with these things? Yes, so ஒரு linear polynomial how will be the graph? It will be a straight line, and for a quadratic polynomial the figure would be a parabola. Okay, so now let's start with this. So the first case we have to know about this is case 1 is what? So let me take this graph, and the graph looks like this. Here it is 0 and the graph looks like this. So see here it is A and here it is A dash. Okay, so if the graph, that is the curve irukallaya namakku form agra and the curve, if it meets the x-axis at 2 points, if it is meeting the x-axis at 2 points, then you will have the curve. This is made out of what? In the curve and eppadi vanduchu, this is out of some f of x, right? Edho oru f of x value vechida, ஏதோ ஒரு polynomial value வச்சுதான், ஒரு f of x value வச்சுதான் we got this parabola. Yes or no? இங்க பாருங்க, இங்க f of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1 இருந்தப்பதான் we got this parabola, right? So likewise, ஏதோ ஒரு f of x வச்சு நம்ம points find பண்ணி after plotting it only we got this f of x. Then if that a curve or that parabola is meeting the x-axis at 2 points, then we'll call it as two roots for f of x. There will be 2 roots for f of x. Okay, what is actually 2 roots? Not roots, there will be 2 zeros for f of x. What is zeros? Zeros is nothing but the solution for f of x, that is simply x values. So simply x values out of this. Okay, so how many values we'll be getting for this? We'll be getting 2 x values. Okay, so then let's see for the case 2. So case 2 is, let's take this, let's take the same example. So see here this f of x meeting the x-axis at only 1 point, right? So if it is meeting the x-axis at only 1 point, then it will have one root, 1 0. Yes, there will be only 1 0 for this. Okay, so then the case 3 would be, if this goes like this, or if the equation goes like this, that is, if the given curve, if the f of x polynomial, the curve of the f of x, if it doesn't touch the x-axis, if it's not touching the x-axis, then it is meant by there will be no zeros for this particular f of x. That is meant by what? There will be no zeros for f of x. Okay, if it is not touching the x-axis means it is not having any zeros. Okay, if it is touching the x-axis at exactly one point, then that f of x will have only one root. Okay, if it is touching, if that particular curve, if that f of x curve is touching the x-axis at 2 points, what is meant by that? That f of x will have 2 zeros. Okay, these are the things we can observe from the graph of polynomials. Okay, here I have made you understand with parabolas, right? If it is going to be a a straight line, so if this is going to be like this, the straight line is passing like this. Okay, so or let me take this. If the straight line is passing to be like this, okay, so or a linear polynomial ka we know that we'll be getting what? A straight line, and the straight line we got is going to be this. Okay, this is going to be the f of x, which is some ax plus b. Okay, இப்படி இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா this straight line is not touching, it's not intersecting the x-axis, right? So then this is going to be, there is no zeros. Yes, there will be no zeros for this, zeros for f of x, right? So if the equation, sorry, if the graph is looking like this, if the graph goes like this, what will happen? So this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is going to be the f of x. If the f of x touches the x-axis or intersects the x-axis at only one point, this is actually meant by this f of x will have how many zeros? 1 zeros. Okay, 1 zeros. Okay, so these are the graphical representation of polynomials, and we can identify the number of zeros according to the graph itself. Okay, I'll give you one example and you guys let me know how many zeros will it have. Okay, so let's see here. My graph is going to be like this. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is the origin, and my graph is like this. So now tell me how many zeros will this graph have? So you know that this curve would have been formed out of a function or a polynomial f of x, and this curve is touching the x-axis or intersecting the x-axis at how many points? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Therefore f of x will have 4 zeros. Okay, so let's see what is zeros in the next class. Zeros the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of polynomials in the rendu concept. Let's see it in the next class. Okay, in the lecture 2 of polynomials chapter, let's see it. So I hope you guys are clear with the concepts we have seen. We have introduced what is polynomials, what are the types of polynomials, and what are the graphical representation of polynomials. Yes, and how to identify number of zeros of a polynomials from the graph itself. Yes, these are the concepts we have learned today. I hope you guys have understood this. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this class. Let's see the next part. Okay, so let's solve the NCERT sums, exemplar sums, and PYQs, and some PYQs from this chapter and the 2 concept in the next class. Okay, let's meet in the next class. Bye bye.